on cloud. Today, what we're going to be going over is the maximization model, the offer structure to scale past $10 million in your coaching business or agency. And this is what we've done with people like Cole Gordon, Doug Botton, Bastien Slot, a bunch of 7-8-figure earners, and you're going to get an inside look to that. If that sounds good to you guys, put a 1 in the chat if that sounds good. And awesome. Ones, Drew, Angel, love it. Jared, love it. Awesome. Drew, awesome. And turn on those cameras, you guys. The more energy you give me, the more energy I can give you. Everything is energy, it's just flowing back and forth between people. And the more active, engaged you are, the more I can show up to better serve you guys. So, sound good, guys? Cool. All right. So I'm going to start with these slides over here. If you guys don't know me, Andrew Cruzy, ran a coaching company called Tribe Buyers, did some pretty cool things, worked with people like these guys right here, a bunch of 7-8-figure earners. Started in my parents' basement with an agency, and then I transitioned into coaching. I was known as the Facebook groups guy. I'm a big fan of organic marketing with all the profit that you can make from organic marketing and the better clients that you get. And that was our main focus in Tribe of Buyers. And I've been teaching organic methodologies for 5.5 years, and combined our clients have made over 9 figures. And I've worked with over 3,000 people, over 100 people have scaled past 7 figures, over 1,000 people have scaled past 6 figures since working together, since like Bastien Slot here, who scaled from agency work to transitioning into coaching. Now he's scaled past 8 figures. When we were working together, he scaled from 20, 30K per month to 100K per month in 90 days. Kavitha, I know Jen remembers Kavitha. She's absolutely incredible. She's a relationship coach, but she scaled from 20K to 66K per month to 90K per month to 160 per month while working together. We have Jay Lopez here that was terrified of launching a coaching offer, putting herself out there, and she did 10K on her first launch. And then Christine McAllister here, who made 60K in 5 weeks with 0 ad spend. That's one of the best things about organic. I'm a big fan of paid ads too, putting fuel on the fire once you have your organic methodologies down. We have Eli Wild here. He's Tony Robbins' #1 salesperson, and he sold 100K in 36 hours through just one of our methodologies. And then Cole Gordon, who started with a Facebook group and working with us, and now he has a $30 million sales agency per year. So pretty cool stuff. Now we got the authority bias out of the way. We do cool shit with cool people, and now we can hop into the training. Sound good? Cool. So how many, put a 1 in the chat if you guys are a coach here, put a 2 in the chat if you are something else. Let's see, just want to tailor it towards you guys. Arlie runs an agency. This will definitely apply to people outside of the space as well, especially agency owners. So cool. Angel, Jared, awesome. Lewis too. All right, we only got a few responses. There are more people on here. Put it in the chat. More active, engaged we are, the more we'll get out of it. Jen, I'm looking at you. Ayush, I'm looking at you. Respond, agency, awesome. Okay, we got Steve Young in here. That's awesome. So I'm going to break down this offer structure, why it works really well in helping you scale your offers, and also the timeline to actually implement these things, exactly what we teach our clients to do. So this is the maximization model for offer creation. And a lot of people screw up launching offers at the wrong time, and also not building their audience in the right way. So we'll go into a little bit of both right here. So the very first thing is your core offer and your core program. How many of you guys have a core offer or core program, whether that's a productized agency offer or a core coaching offer? Put a 1 in the chat if yes, put a 2 in the chat if no, and I can tailor it towards you guys. All right, Angel has his, Ayush has his, Gusto has his, Drew not yet, and Jared, Steve, good to see you, dude. So 2 in that. There's a lot of talk right now about low ticket offers and launching that. I recommend not launching a low ticket offer if you have a small audience and you don't have a back-end program set up yet or a core offer program set up yet. The key with the low ticket is to ascend them into the higher ticket. So the first thing that you want to do is create your core offer, your core program. You start with a beta that we'll be going into in a second here. This is the strategy and implementation timeline of the maximization model. But the very first thing is beta launching your core offer. Usually 3 to 6 months, and usually more one-on-one support with your beta offer. And then you start to transition that into a group or more scalable agency offer. The first thing that I ever launched was Authority Accelerator back in 2018. And a lot of it was one-on-one support with me through WhatsApp. We put them into a Facebook group together. And the easiest way to start creating content for this that luckily I did right off the bat was we did 2 group calls per week. And then I just had a video editor chop those up and put those into the course. So you're just building out an asset here as you build out your beta program. And you launch it before you have everything built out. That's a main thing to note there. And we'll go over the entire timeline of this, but the very first thing I want you guys to note is that the first thing to launch is a beta group offer at a higher ticket price point. Does that make sense? Go, raise your hands. Awesome. So then we're going to be going over the whole timeline here, but then launching a low ticket course or community model. And Russell Brunson's Linchpin book is really good for this as well, for launching the low ticket, but this is for downsells for your high ticket or just for launches to get people into the low ticket to bump them up to the mid ticket right here. One thing that I love that not too many people do are paid master classes. Joel Irway is starting to talk about this a lot more. I've been doing this for about 5 years now, but it's a 47 to 97 one-time purchase, and you basically just give a shit ton of value away for 2 to 3 hours. It warms up your audience so much, and they get used to paying you, and you're building your buyers list. One of the big reasons why I was able to sell Tribe of Buyers is because we had over 5,000 people on our buyers list. And a big portion of that was the paid master classes. So pretty cool. Those things, we just do a launch post on Facebook, Instagram, get people into that, serve them for 2-3 hours. And those offers are freaking awesome. Even if somebody doesn't buy directly on the call or doesn't book a call or buy directly on the call, they're so much more warmed up after spending 2-3 hours with you. So those are pretty cool. And then last thing I want to note on the back end offer, once you've got these systemized, the results are predictable. Launching a back end offer is super powerful to bring in monthly reoccurring revenue. We had about 200K in monthly reoccurring revenue coming in Tribe Buyers when I sold it, and that was a big reason why I could sell it. And that was from having a lot of people in our 7-figure CEO program. And that was a big reason why they bought it. Plus, I didn't really have to worry about sales each month because we had all our expenses covered from the monthly recurring revenue coming in from our backend offer. Where most people screw this up is they create it and then they try to launch it online. Don't do that. What we did, looked out, we launched a 12-person in-person event, and 4 people ended up joining our 30K offer at that in-person event. If I had tried to sell it online and all of that stuff with a new offer, it would have taken me months, if not years. So we just got everybody into a room, 12 people, sold 4 of them. Then we did that again, sold 4 of them. So 2 6-figure weekends. And then we did Tribe Buyers Live with 200 people and sold $1.1 million in 24 hours at that event through the back end offer. So when you guys are ready for that, just remember to launch it at a live event. Does that make sense? Cool. You guys get anything away from this? I'm kind of just rambling right now, but I'm trying to jam pack this with as much valuable information in a short amount of time as possible. Cool. Yeah. Okay, cool. Feel free to pop questions in and insights when you get a takeaway or an insight. Pop it into the chat so other people can learn here. But we'll go into the timeline of the maximization model. So the maximization model implementation strategy and timeline. Boom. First thing here. If you get anything away from this, take anything away from this presentation, what I want you to take away is if you have an audience, you'll never be poor. The new gold is attention and owning attention, which kind of sounds bad, but if you have an audience, you'll never be poor if you're owning eyeballs. Back in 2017, I read .com Secrets by Russell Brunson, really good book. If you haven't read it, highly recommend it. There was just one line in that book that changed my business life forever. It was, if you just move traffic that you don't own to traffic that you do own, you'll never be poor. So I got hyper obsessed with moving people from other Facebook groups, from other people's audiences into my own Facebook group and nurturing those people in my Facebook group. I owned that audience, owned that traffic, so I didn't have to pay to market to them over and over and over. And that's what really set Tribe of Buyers up for success, was I just owned a shit ton of traffic, owned a lot of attention, right? So if you just get obsessed for 6 months of owning as much traffic as possible, you'll never be poor again. So the initial objective is growing your audience to 1,000 members. And the other thing to note is get results and show results. So the number one thing that sells your offers, your services, your programs are testimonials. Because there's this thing called the trust trinity. For somebody to buy, they need to trust themselves, they need to trust you, and they need to trust the offer. And what do testimonials do a great job of? All of the trust trinity is covered. If you have a testimonial of somebody saying, yeah, I was here, I was struggling with X, Y, and Z, and then I worked with Augusto, and then I was able to get X result, then they trust you, they trust the offer, and then they can start trusting themselves with, oh, I resonate with those pain points, those challenges that person was experiencing. Does that make sense? You guys with me? Okay, cool. So for the rest of your business life, it's just all about moving traffic that you don't own to traffic that you do own, getting results and showing results, right? And then launching your beta program. I was watching a Russell Brunson presentation recently, and somebody asked him, what are the most important elements to have on a sales funnel? And I thought he was going to say like his typical framework, like hook, story, offer. But what he said was scarcity and urgency. It's 2 things that make people actually take the action to purchase, right? So with all of your offers, especially during launch, you should have scarcity and urgency. What I recommend with beta launch or a founding members launch is having X amount of spots, certain amount of spots, 8 to 12, having an urgency on like a specific start date. This is when we start. And here are some examples of price points that you can put it at and that sort of stuff. And after you launch it, you just go through a 4 to 6 month period of solidifying the delivery of that offer, putting the right systems in place, because we don't rise to the level of our goals, we fall to the level of our systems. And where I see people go through the income roller coaster after working with 3,000 people is that they don't solidify the delivery of their offer. So they're always just stuck in client delivery. So they lose sight of top of funnel. And then they're not moving traffic that they don't own to traffic that they do own. And then they're just constantly in the income roller coaster or the 6-figure hamster wheel or whatever you want to call it, right? So also during this time period, you can sell paid master classes as well. You can continue selling your core offer as you solidify it. And with this, you can scale past 50, 60, 70K per month pretty easily if you're just focused on the right things at the right time. Moving traffic that you don't own, traffic that you do own, continually nurturing them, and solidifying the delivery of your offer, right? Then launching a low ticket community or course is really good for downsells and also warming people up to your core offer right here. Same launch strategy, scarcity, urgency, and putting a price point on it. And you solidify that, you solidify the delivery for that bad boy, and then you can launch your high ticket backend offer. And all along the way, boom, you can launch your paid master classes, which are really cool. How this works all together, here's a really awesome framework for you guys to remember for the rest of your life. It's called problem, solution, problem, solution. So as we're going up this offer ladder, we want to be solving a problem, and then we're going to a new problem, a higher level problem will be created, and then we want to solve that one. And then a new problem, higher level problem will be created, and then we want to solve that one. So for example, we had Group Growth and Monetization Blueprint. It was a $997 course back in the day. It was to help people grow their audience and to sell their first program, right? And then they had their audience, they sold their first program, and then they wanted to turn it into a legitimate business and solidify their offer and scale to multiple 6 figures. So we had Authority Accelerator right here for that. And then they had their offer solidified, they're growing their audience, they wanted to scale past 7 figures, but they didn't have systems and team. So we had a 7-figure CEO as our back-end program. So all along the way, we were doing problem, solution to scale up. Cool, is this making sense? You guys with me? Cool. What are you guys taking away so far? Augusto, thank you, man. Main takeaway so far, extend coaching to 6 months rather than 4 months. Awesome. Yeah, 3 months is usually not enough time to get a result for a core offer. I've talked to way too many people that have joined like 10-week programs, 12-week programs that were like 5 to 10K, and they just didn't get the result. And I feel like a lot of people are getting screwed from those like 10-week, 12-week programs. And what we found, usually it takes about like 2 to 3 months for a client to really get into the rhythm of going through the trainings and the calls and getting the result from it. So usually for a core offer, 4 to 6 months is usually the best time to get them the result. That will help you get more testimonials, and that will also help with more upsells as well. I'll send over the screenshots, Angel. I don't know what worksheet you're talking about. Love the idea of masterclasses, bringing an audience that would fit our business model very well. 100%. So masterclasses are freaking awesome. Not too many people are teaching these. But what we do is we do a live masterclass and then we put it into our Skool community and get passive sales every once in a while. So after shooting that masterclass, we have them directly inside of here. So we have like the ultimate prospecting system, the 8-figure KPI tracker, paid masterclass and system, client delivery system, all of that stuff. And we just do a relaunch on these every once in a while. And then people can purchase right here inside of our Skool as well. And the first one I ever did was back in 2018 with Jeff Miller. Do any of you guys know Jeff Miller here? He's the agency guy with the butt in his Facebook group. Super funny guy, one of my best friends. But we randomly launched an agency masterclass, and we both had big Facebook groups, and we made $20,000 off a $97 masterclass because our Facebook groups were just so warm. And then we resold that over and over and over, and ended up doing an additional around 30K. So we made 50K from a $97 masterclass that warmed up a lot of people to buy our core offers and our back-end offers as well. So it's a pretty good strategy. Yeah, Drew, saw those. Awesome. Love it. Cool. So now you guys know the offer structure, the timeline to launch. So let's get into a little bit of the strategy here. So offer creation strategy, always start with a founding member's beta launch of any type of offer. And it says wait 1 to 2 months to sell it again. I would say you can wait 1 month to sell it again. The main thing is solidifying delivery. What does your onboarding look like? Do you have your onboarding form up? What is the check-in cadence? What do your calls look like? Big thing, what does your roadmap look like for the program? And making sure that you have videos. Videos are the ultimate leverage for an agency offer or a coaching offer. Imperfectly creating videos. What we do is we have 5 to 10 minute long videos to create the actual, I'll show you an example right here. So basically in the Masters of Fate community for Brotherhood and Masters of Business, it's really short videos to get them the result. How many of us, put a 1 in the chat if you love hour-and-a-half videos, put a 2 in the chat if you hate hour-and-a-half videos. Okay, cool, 2. Jen, you love it? Awesome, 2, mostly 2s, yeah. All I want from standard operating procedures from my team or from a program that I enroll into is like, give me a 5 to 10 minute video for me to take the result on what you want me to produce. So from that, we basically built out our entire hiring system here on exactly how to select the right hires with an SOP process on exactly how to do it here, step by step, all in here. So like, just give your clients the result, make it super easy for them to go through your videos and also download a document that gets them the result. Back in the day, like Sam Ovens style, they used to be all like hour-and-a-half videos and like with slides and all of that. And then Cole Gordon and I, who runs the $30 million sales agency, he started doing Google Documents and just going over Google Documents like I was doing in 7-Figure CEO. And it started to change the coaching industry quite a bit. But in terms of getting a result, just shoot a Loom video and have a Google document with it. Your clients are much more likely to actually take the action on a crappy looking Google document and a crappy looking video because they're not intimidated. compared to these long ass webinar slides and long videos that are highly produced. It's just not, just doesn't like make the client feel comfortable to actually take the action, if that makes sense. Cool. Yeah, Augusto. So when you say offer roadmap, what precisely do you mean? So what do they need to get done in the first 7 days, first 30 days, first 60 days, first 90 days? And you can just make that checkbox style. So you have a Google document. Here are the checkboxes, the things you need to complete. Here are the videos that will help you complete those things. And what is the check-in cadence? So do they have a one-on-one onboarding call, and then a midway check-in call, and then a graduation call or something like that? So what do they need complete? 7 days, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, so on and so forth. And then when can they expect to get support and that sort of stuff? Does that make sense? Cool. Sweet. Man, we are cruising through this. I love it. All right. So let's hop into this. So launching a new offer, the most important stage at the beginning is research. A lot of people skip this. So 4 important questions to write down that I want you guys to write down right now that will serve you for the rest of your offer creation career. What is your number one goal? What is the number one thing you want to learn? What is your number one fear? What is the number one thing getting in the way of you achieving that goal or roadblock? So I'll do it in new order. Number one goal, number one roadblock, number one fear, and number one thing you want to learn. Goal, roadblock, fear, learn. And when you're launching a new offer, you want to survey your audience and survey, and those questions are really good on your onboarding form too, for new clients to go back to. It's Ryan Levesque's Ask Survey, really good book. And when you know the answers to those questions from your target audience, then it makes it a hell of a lot easier to build webinars, sales pages, email sequences, because you're using your ideal client's words and not your own. So you'll get people to fill out that survey. You'll get a lot of good ideas for your offer and how to message for it. Also, research. Identify the people in the space that are selling something similar to you. Look at their webinars, look at their funnels. You will get so much good insight and intel on what you should put in your own emails, funnels, websites, launch posts, that sort of stuff. So don't skip the research. Does that make sense? Cool. Awesome. Cool. Derek, good to see you, man. Awesome. Also, what usually holds people back is that they feel like they need this big elaborate funnel, all of that stuff. What you need is an audience. If you have an audience, it's so much easier to sell. It's like pulling teeth when you don't have an audience and you're doing everything cold. So whether that's a Facebook group, a Skool group, a YouTube channel, whatever it is, build your freaking audience, and then you don't even need a good funnel. So with creating the offer, create a Google document. I call the offer one-sheeter. That's where I start every single one, is that I just whip open a Google document. Here's what the offer is. And then it puts my brain at ease where I'm like, cool, I have an offer to sell. So it goes in stages. We do the offer one-sheeter first, and then we do the outline of the entire funnel second, and then we plug it into the funnel third. But with your beta program, you can sell everything just off a offer one-sheeter and booking and calls for that. I got sold into a $100,000 mastermind by Scott Olford called Project Nuclear in 2018 off of a Google document and a Loom video. When you're in somebody's audience, or if somebody's in your audience and they're warmed up, so much easier to just sell off of a Google document at first. So we have an example of that inside of the 7-figure entrepreneur community here. Boom. And underneath offer domination, create your offer one sheeter right here. I think this is the old one for the Brotherhood, but when I launched 7-figure CEO, this is where we started, and we made over 7 figures just off of a Google document when we got started there. Yeah. So then with your beta program, pick a date and number of spots to launch, outline 2-week promo cycle, launch that bad boy. So launching a new offer, that's kind of the structure right there. So cool. What are you guys taking away from this so far? What's one thing that you guys are going to implement immediately? Put it in the chat. Or Derek, feel free to hop off mute, share.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was dealing with someone last night and dealing with someone this morning, two different clients, that their offer isn't laid out. And so the biggest thing is getting that clear offer for them to take to market, because their messaging just isn't clear.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, and helping them lay that out. The other thing that I would say, what I build every offer off of is the 16-word sales letter. Really good book. If you have all of those questions answered, then you can build out any website, any sales page, any webinar. Really good book for that. Also, the way that I like to think about offers is just the 3P process. So problem, promise, process. What are the problems that the ideal client is experiencing? Just bullet pointing everything out there. What's the promise or their desired result that they want? And then what's the process, the 3 to 5 step process to ultimately get them there? So for example, with group growth and monetization blueprint, the problems was I don't have an audience, nobody's buying my offers, like I don't know what to do, and just bullet pointing all those out. Where they ultimately wanted to go was to have an audience and launch an offer. So that was a promise. Build your Facebook group to 1,000 members and launch your first offer in 90 days. Pretty fucking good promise. And then the process was, number 1, launch your group. Number 2, outline your offer. Number 3, launch your offer, right? Like that's how simple like offer creation can be. It's just identify the ideal client, then problem, promise, process, tie a price point to it, and then a timeline to it. How long does it take to actually get that result? So cool. Sweet. Lewis, one sheets are key, 100%. Questions in my onboarding for sure. And the one sheeter, go to implement, awesome. I usually also send them a VSL, perfect. Love it, man. Love the ideas of low ticket course and the beta offer. Going also provide short video resources and start a Facebook group, grow the audience. Awesome, love it. Yeah, Facebook group, Skool group. We teach Facebook group, Skool group, depending on your target audience. And then YouTube organic has been so freaking sweet for us. I did my first 7 figures without running any ads. And I recommend everybody create a community, a free community, because you get organic leads that you don't have to pay anything for. I know a lot of 7-figure earners that put way too much into ads and have way too much team overhead, and they're not even profiting on what they're doing. If you have an organic audience, there's no way, a strong organic audience, there's no way you should ever not profit. Just if ads go to shit, you can always tap back into your organic community. So it's pretty cool. Can I use the $49 a month funnel and CRM software to get clients for my 3K coaching offer? Yeah, I think the most important thing, Angel, is just having a free community first and then moving people to your 3K coaching offer. If you're just starting out, you create a hot list of X amount of people that you know in your network, and booking connection calls. That's the easiest way to start. Go to your warm network, have a connection call, and then have a sales call afterwards. So you just it's like a two-step sales process. First call, just warming up, increasing intimacy with those people, and then moving to a sales call afterwards. And then the other way is identifying referral partners in your network. So we just had Rick Cromwell, one of our new brothers, do this. He reached out to one of his friends. He got one of his friends connected him to somebody that would be good for his program. And he got his first sale in 9 days for his new program from a referral partner, which it's been, he's been working on this for years, and he got it in 9 days inside the Brotherhood. So covered the whole price of the Brotherhood. So that's pretty cool. Sweet. So I think we covered a good amount here. And we can go into Q&A, wherever you guys are feeling. Adolfo, thanks for being here, man. And we got Omar, good to see you, dude. Thanks for being here. Steve, so good to see you, dude. Can you expand on the offer one-sheeter? Yes. What specifically do you want to know, Augusto?
So what's up, man? Curious to know if that's more front-facing or if that's more for like people who are very warm. And in any way, like how do you open? You kind of showed it a little bit. If it's not public, all good. Just want to make sure, is it more persuasive? Is it more benefit driven? Like how do you write that one out?
Yeah. So that's just where I start with a new offer. It's persuasive and very short. So it's basically put my brain at ease of like, cool, I've got an offer up. So I can get an offer up in under 15 minutes just typing in a Google document. Then we have a few different variations of offer Google documents that we transition over to funnels over a period of time. But the way to use these is, number one, when you're in a prospecting conversation, you can shoot a Loom video with the offer document to book in a call. Especially with higher level people, they mainly just want to know what the fuck is the offer. And just having a Loom video with the document, then they feel way more comfortable booking a call. And then after a call with follow-ups, it's super useful. So, hey, just want to get you clarity on exactly what we talked about. This section right here, this core component, I know this will really help you with X, Y, and Z goal or X, Y, and Z challenge, yada, 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 yada. So that's mainly how it's used in prospecting and in after the sales call. Yeah. Does that help?
Thank you. Do you they help. Do you disclose the price on the offer sheet? It doesn't really matter.
No, for like book calls, no. Anything under $9.97, we provide the link to buy and that sort of stuff. So if it's under $9.97, just have a really persuasive Google document first with the link to buy. But if it's towards book a call, I wouldn't put the price point on it until they book the call. So yeah, perfect. Good questions. Should I delete my old Facebook account, Romanian audience, and start a new account only in English? No. Keep going with that and just start transitioning over to English. Just start deleting and removing some people. Starting from zero is so much harder. On my personal profile, I get this question all the time is like, should I start a new personal profile to sell from? No. I've had people from my high school and college buy my programs because I just started on my personal profile and kept that going. So, and you have increased authority when you have that amount of followers. That's awesome. So cool. Awesome. Armin, are you still here?
Yes, sir.
Sweet. Are you open to sharing some of your Google document that you're creating?
Yeah, I can do it. It's not done though.
Yeah, it's not done, but we're working on it together. So that's
Yeah.
good.
All
I
right,
think
cool.
I think this is a good example. Armin's one of my really good buddies, and we've worked together for quite a long time. He actually just came to San Miguel, Mexico, and we did cold plunges and saunas and hot tubs and all of that stuff together and worked together. He scaled his Skool group from 0 to 1,000 members in the whole week we were together. It was really fucking cool to see how he was launching that stuff. And now he's launching a new offer, and he's taken one of our offer framework Google documents. So I think it'd be really cool to share. And it's a really cool offer. So
Yeah, sure. Give me a second. What's up, everyone? Yeah, so I took the if you guys haven't seen the financial OS offer doc yet, so I just asked Andrew for it and I transformed it to for my offer. So we're building a sales school based on in partnership with Napoleon Hill and Think and Grow Rich. So I pretty much just rewrote. Well, first of all, I looked at this as like building a sales letter, right? So when you build a funnel, you're writing the sales letter and all the important key things: the who, what, where, when, why, how. And so I looked at Andrew doing this when I was in San Miguel. I was like, man, this guy, first time when he's building something, he makes this doc. And before I was like, why would you do that? Because I never did that. But then I'm like, oh, because this is pretty much the bedrock of what everything else is built out of. So what I did was I took it and I'm like, okay, let me see if I can recreate this, and heads up, it's going to take you days, unless you're just like absolute flow, you know exactly what you want to say and you write it out. Great. But I'm giving myself zero pressure and just like, I'm on my third day now working on it. So the first page is kind of like a landing page. So I wrote out the first version of what I would want my copy to be, which is just like the landing page. It would be like, this is the funnel that I'm going to put it all into. And so I'm like, that would be the landing page. Then when you scroll down, there is the why you're doing this. And I think the why, just like Simon Sinek says, start with the why, not the how or the what. And I saw that from Andrew because he started with the story with his dad. I'm like, that's a really beautiful way to emotionalize and indoctrinate the person into like the mission of what you're doing it for. And so I started with the story of the first salesperson that ever seeked me out, and like I helped change his life. And then after that, I went into, and here I seeded the method. So like when I used to teach my clients, when I ran coaching, it's like, Andrew, I just shut it down too last year, everything was about the new method, right? So it's like, if you can just convince them this thing is better than whatever they're trying, then all objections become relevant. So in here, I kind of seeded mirror selling, which is our version of like persuasion and influence. So then I'm like, the next logical thing would be, what the hell is mirror selling? So we answer that. And so I did that. I'm going to rewrite this though. I would, friendly tip, you can create a version of something that's faster. That's like, yeah. Because if you look at it, you're like, yeah, it's good. And the person who reads it probably be like, yeah, it's good. But when you rewrite it a few times, like 3, 4, 5 times, you're like, this is really good. That's how Napoleon Hill wrote Think and Grow Rich. If no one knows the story, he actually wrote Think and Grow Rich and finished the entire thing on a typewriter. And then he reread it back and he's like, something's off with this. And the only thing that was off with it was that he wrote it in the state of mind of fear, because America was going through depression at the time. He's like, I wrote this from a place of fear. I could feel that. So he rewrote the entire thing while he was working for Frank D. Roosevelt. He rewrote the entire thing, didn't change one word in it, just with a positive attitude. And then it sold like 65 million copies from word of mouth. So is that the reason why? Who knows? But he tells that story everywhere. And I'm like, that's the power of like really putting your soul into something. And then the next thing is, what problem are we solving? Which I saw Andrew was talking about, like the problem the financial OS solves. I'm like, what does my selling method solve, or the school I'm about to start solve? So I wrote that out, and that's where I've ended so far. The rest of it is still Andrew stuff. But I did label it for anyone who, because his wasn't labeled exactly like this. I took every single section I saw he focused on, and I made it into a section. So it starts with welcome, right? Like the hook. Then it's like why this is created, the thing that we're offering them. What is the method that it's based on? some proprietary system. Even if it's an agency service, I would still say you would talk about your approach to how you do it. So you're not just any other person doing it. What problem does it solve? I would probably, now problem and the solution was already created here. Who this is for, who it's not for, introducing, and then over here he introduces the financial S. For me, it'd be introducing the Skool, because right, you have the method and then you have the actual offer, like the program. So I'm mirror selling is the method, but I'm like School of Influence is the program, is the offer you could join a part of. So that's my equivalent to this. And then how it works. And I'm assuming here you would break down the intricacies of the value of what they get when they come in, which would be kind of like the deliverables. What is it? And for me, I probably would take this part out for me because I already explained what it is, and then he breaks down, as you notice, he breaks down what's inside of that offer, inside the program, so you understand it. So it's kind of like a course outline in a sense, which I'll probably do as well. And then he talks about, so look at this. He emphasizes the training. There's 3 aspects to it, right? It's just coaching, community, and then course, right? Content. So he first started with the content, then he talks about the community, and which is really good. So he dissects the program and then what you can do with the financial. This is kind of like what problems it solves, but more so the goals from doing what we teach you, which I kind of already listed in the problem. And then he has the pitch, like, here's the offer. It's $1 million, but today it's only $1,000, $997. And then he does case studies. This is a pretty good, like well thought out sales page, in my opinion, like a sales template. And what makes this different? You're pretty much now answering all the questions that they would probably need clarity on to say, yeah, I'll give you $1,000. How does it work? And then obviously the call to action and the why now. This is objection overcoming, right? So, and then the guarantee. I would probably move the guarantee up and then finish with why now. You put an FAQ here, but you never answered it, Andrew. Were you good? Were you going to?
We put that on the sales page. So we finalized the sales page, put it on there. So,
yeah, I think that's a brilliant. Back in the day, this was called a homework PDF for me. Like when we booked a call, we'd send something like this to them. But I just think this is literally the first step to creating any offer before you launch it, because you got it already. Every section of it is something in the sales process you can leverage in the marketing. It's really cool. Like even this story, why did I create it? This is a Facebook post. This is an email. This is a launch post announcing that it's open, right? On the call, when you pitch, you can explain to them how this is different, all that stuff. So this is so far, I just templatized it and I've only finished 3, the first 4 to 3 things. And that took me 2 days. But just like sitting there and like literally thinking, is this the best way to say it? It's all messaging. So anyways, I hope that's helpful.
Dude, that's great. And the cool thing after this, when you guys complete that, then you can give it to your marketing team, your sales team. They know the exact offer that they're selling. You can turn those certain sections into emails, into social media posts, all of that stuff, and just gives your team the ultimate clarity as well.
Yeah,
Cool.
I'm really excited to give it to my funnel builders to turn into a sales page. Like I learned that from watching you, Andrew, but also like doing, you can now make any type of sales video, like these sales, easily a welcome video in the Skool. You can create separate videos. You can even make ads out of this if you really wanted to, because you just have to talk about it, or YouTube content. So I want to thank you again, man. Like watching you do that, just that alone was worth coming to that 2-week retreat with you in December. Is watching you work on what you work on, like what you choose to spend your time on, is a game changer, because I think most people choose to spend their time on not the most important things. But this is a new skill I learned from you.
Yeah, and thank you so much, man. And if you guys take anything away from this, it's having the foundation set with your audience and your offers. Like just with a Google document alone and outlining the 16-word sales letter, and with building your audience consistently, you'll never be poor. It's pretty awesome. So cool. I want to recap everything that we went through. So on today's call, we went over the maximization model to scale past 10 million in your business, and the exact roadmap to actually do that step by step here. And then we also went over the launch strategy. Don't forget to research in those 4 questions from Ryan Levask, creating the offer 1-sheeter, beta launching this, and growing your audience, all of that good stuff. And then Armin went through the core offer document, so everything is set up appropriately. And sweet. So if we ended there, like what you can do with this is super potent, but most people, 95% of people, will not actually go out and implement this right away and set the world on fire and build their Facebook group and launch their offers and all of that stuff. So is it cool with you guys if I give you a little irresistible offer here to show you how we can continue to work together and scale our businesses together and our lives together? Put a 1 in the chat if that's cool. If I go over that with you, put a 2 in the chat if no. Awesome. Drew, Angel, love it. Lewis, Augusto, awesome. Derek, love it. Awesome. So we have the Brotherhood, the Sisterhood, and Masters of Business. For anybody under 30K per month, I recommend the Brotherhood. And then anybody over 30K per month, just hit me up and we'll install systems into your business immediately and train your team to build a $1 million profit per year business. But the first step is the Brotherhood and the Sisterhood as well. So I'll go over that with you guys. And just quick reminder, we've worked with over 3,000 people, helped over 100 people scale past 7 figures, over 1,000 people scale past 6 figures, all these awesome people. I'm really good at getting people started and getting them past that 10, 20, 30K mark. It's really not difficult when you have the support at your back and the right roadmap to actually do it. So that's what the Brotherhood is all about, getting you past 30K per month and getting you on the road, getting you on the path to scale past 7 figures profit per year, and developing the internal game of being a 7-figure entrepreneur, where I feel like a lot of programs are missing that, where they're just giving you strategies and tactics, but not actually showing you how to add 2 to 3 hours worth of productivity per day, or develop the I am statements and the mindset to take that action forward to actually get the results that you want. So that's what the Brotherhood is all about. It's a 6-month commitment, and it's a commitment to your health, your wealth, and your relationships. We have 60 guys in there right now. They're absolutely incredible. Majority of them are coaches and agency owners, and they're so supportive, always reaching out, helping you, always got your back. And one quote that I love is, we can't read the label inside the bottle. So we need other people to be a mirror for us to help us along the way. That's why I've invested over $500,000 into mentorships, coaching programs, masterminds, is somebody is reading my label and helping me out, right? Other thing, the one-on-one dedicated coach right now is me. So you get me as a dedicated coach. I'm texting out the brothers all the time, seeing what they need. Rick, who just joined, was like, yo, what should I do with this referral partner? Told him to say this. He got his client within 9 days of that. So I'm texting out all the time. Roadmap, one-on-one roadmap call with me right now. This will only last until the end of the month. So we have about 20 days left with this. And 911 calls as needed. So anytime you guys get stuck, I got you. Don't worry about it. We'll get you back on track. We have weekly group coaching planning sessions. So every Monday, we plan out our week with our goals and our projects and our tasks, and we hold each other accountable to that. And we have 4 calls per week. So you have endless support inside of there, and everything is inside of Skool, the Skool Mastermind. So I'll send you guys over this document, but basically this is my life's work on how to actually create and launch your offers, how to get call bookings organically and paid, how to launch your YouTube channel, how to launch your own Skool and Facebook group, how to create VSLs, webinars, and trainings, how to hire setters and closers, giving you the 6-figure live events launch strategy, how to install the business OS and our systems directly into your business, how to launch low ticket paid master classes, how to set up your fulfillment systems and actually get your clients results, how to launch and sell 3 to 5 day challenges, how to book out your calendar through prospecting, and how to hire. We have the entire system right in there ready to go. But it's not just business, but actually living your best life. and elevating your energy, developing that mindset that just helps you act with conviction and confidence. So how to install the Human OS, which is a proprietary system that I built out over the past 2 years, and how to design your time for maximum productivity, how to decrease cortisol and increase the peace chemicals for the ultimate flow state, how to process and trainings to maximize your focus and discipline, how to install core beliefs, principles into your life and values so you stay in alignment with who you truly are, how to delete limiting beliefs, and how to create your environment that guarantees success. So all of that in there, plus we have some bonuses. You get a free ticket to our next event in Miami, which is March 8th through 10th. Really awesome stuff. We're diving deep into business there. You get our proprietary systems and the outcomes for the business, getting your maximization model in place, your marketing systems in place, sales systems in place, fulfillment systems in place, operation systems in place, financial systems in place, and developing a team of A players while also cranking out the personal side, your personal core values, the ultimate flow state, time design in place, deleting limiting beliefs, installing empowering beliefs, and daily energy mastery in one place. So the price of it is you'll probably just have to sell 1 or 2 of your own programs to cover the price of it. And if you think you can do that in 6 months and get this amazing community and all of the trainings inside of there, I invite you guys to book in a one-on-one strategy call with me. That is 30 minutes. Whether you join or whether you don't join, you'll get a lot of value out of it in the 30 minutes that we spend together. You get the possibility and the opportunity to join the brotherhood. And we have some brothers hopping on right now if they want to say any amazing things about it. They're on the relationship call coming up that is actually starting now. And I'll drop the link in here to book in that strategy session. Yes, it's with me, kind of an irresistible offer and a great opportunity. Whether you join or you don't, you get to spend 30 minutes with me one-on-one. And we have just a few spots. I'm going to stop taking these calls probably after next week and send them over to Madeline. So this is kind of a one-time offer only to book in a call with me and explore that together. So just do it in there right now. Highly recommend it. It'll be awesome. And if you got any type of value out of this training, you've got the opportunity to book in a call with me right there, right now. Yeah.
Join, it'll change your life. Changed my life unbelievably.
Thank you, Eric. Yeah, Eric's had a hell of a transformation.
Yeah.
He rocks out the Human OS like no other.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I fucking love it, man. Sweet. Cool, guys. The link's in there. We got Dino in here. We got Rick in here. Good to see you guys. Awesome. And Dakota's our relationship coach if you want to say hi.
What's going on, guys? Nice to meet you. Hopefully I see some of your faces in these calls.
Yes, let's go. Sweet. Well, hope you guys got a lot of value out of this. Reminder, just your audience, your offer structure, book in that call. The link is right there. Get 30 minutes with me. This won't last forever. And just start implementing the offer one sheeter and building your audience, and you'll never be poor again, which is the best part. So cool. Awesome, guys. Well, I'll let the brothers take it away from here. Thank you guys so much, and I'll talk to you guys soon.